L2. We've got where you do R2 then L2, L2 then R2. Then you've got the double taps, double R2, double L2. Cool. Everyone knows that. So I have as well, if you hold R1, you remember how you have different little hotbars? So what I have is you can see 2, 3, 4, and 6, and I could have 7, but I'm not using 7, are shared. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm not using 7, so that's a bad example. So now you might think that's no big deal, who cares? But there's a little more to it. So if you go to 2, you can see on the right, the minions, the mount, the miscellaneous, and the travel. I'm pointing like a crazy person, but you can't see that. Those 4 actually change things. So they're menus. That's why they have a little icon. So you can see those 4 on the right change. Those 4 on the right have menus. Those 4 on the right have menus. And I only have 1 here. Okay. So what those do, I'll start with the job one because I think that one makes the most sense. If I go to number 4, okay, right before I always change the job, I go to number 4 really quick. I do this muscle memory, I don't even think about it. If I click on healer, it'll change everything on the left. It'll keep the menu on the right, but everything on the left will change to my healer jobs. Ready? Watch. I push R2 and triangle and watch. Now it's got White Mage, Scholar, Astrologian. Pretty cool. And if I go to my job now, it's all still there. See, I go back there, I can change to Scholar. That's all there. Cool. Now I go to tank with the R2 and square. Look at that, that's all my tanks. This is just a sampling. This is just for my jobs. And I've got DPS, those are all over here. Cool, cool, cool. Boom. And then I've got my crafting ones and gathering ones. Which is my... Okay, that's fine. So those are just, that's just number 4. So I've gotten multiple rows of crossbar just out of one little guy right there. Those 4 buttons. And so I go number 3. I've got my top one. This is all my companion stuff. I've got my emotes. I've got my miscellaneous stuff. I've got my battle stuff, like sprint. So this was something originally I struggled with, having sprint here, because mid-battle, like you'd be like running, you got crap, I gotta run. It actually got pretty fine. Like I was okay doing that. See, like I can do that pretty quick. I just do that, bam. Kevin and I, he saw this and he kind of argued with that one a little bit, and I kind of consider and agree with him that it might be worth having sprints somewhere on here because I have empty spaces. And just always having sprint here, that idea I could get behind, but I was being stubborn, so I don't. Same with limit break. In theory, I could see that, making a case for that. But I can do it pretty quick because I've been doing it so long, but I can see that being an issue. And then I've got this one for minions. So I have all my favorite minions, as you can see, but I also always have a roulette and my guide. So I can do my guide if I want to pick which ones I want. And I also have my roulette if I want to just have a random one, which is cool. And I do the same, oh, my butterfly back. I do the same for the mounts, all the ones I like, but then I've got the roulette. I've got a flying and a ground roulette, and then the mountain guide. And then I've got my miscellaneous stuff. And then I've got travel. So that's like my return, whatever, all that stuff. And I also have a sprint there just because it kind of made sense there too, because it is travel related. And then my last one is my newest. I just added today because I needed another one, and that's just my, what are they called? What are those called? Hold on. Fashion accessories. So my wings that I got from the home place, and then my parasail. Actually, I have another. Didn't I get another one? I think I got 2 others. Hold on a second. They're in here. I should probably set those so that it's there. So now you're probably wondering how those are done. Let me show you. So in here, you've got individual on the left. If you look at the very top right above where I am, there's individual above me. And then R1 is shared. Okay, so you can ignore most of these. Most of these are, this is not what you have to do. This is just old, back when I used to do crafting and stuff. So if you go to R1 to shared, these are the ones that are shared on all of your jobs, I believe is how that works. I don't think individual works that way, although I swear all these go to all my jobs. So I'm not really sure why they are. Maybe it's just for your own organization. I'm not sure. But you can see in here, it's tank. It's just a random icon I chose. But the code itself is that it says cross hotbar, copy it from Gladiator 1 to my share, which is share 4. So share 4 is basically that number 4, R1 and square. That's why it's, and you can see that here. Where that is, hold on, it's in, no, it's actually here. If we go to sharing, number 4 is shared, 5, oh sorry, the cross hotbar. 2, 3, 4, 6, and in theory I could do 7. So the ones I don't do are 5, or 1, 5, and 8. And the reason I don't do that, the numbers could change. It's really however you have it set up. I have this is my number 1. These R1, L2. My R double tap is, I want to say 8? Nope, is number 5. And then my holding both of them is number 8. So those ones I don't touch. That's why they're not shared, and that's why you can see that they are not highlighted like that. And so how that works is, and the reason you and I can do this and a lot of people maybe couldn't do it is because you and I have high-level jobs. So if we go to our macros again and look at it, you can see copy Gladiator 1. Notice that's Gladiator, not Paladin. We don't use Gladiator anymore, we only use Paladin. So we can take advantage of that, and so we go to Gladiator. So what I do is I go to my Paladin, and then I take this off, unequip. Now, Paladin 1, this is my Paladin 1 right here. This guy right here. And so basically what it does is it copies that to, when I push this tank button, which is R2 and square, it's going to copy this entire row, this left and right side, to number 4, and that's why you see they're exactly the same. It copies that. So anytime that is pushed, that icon, macro icon, it copies that to number 4. So I guess another time you'd want to see that is it'd be you go to this one, which is also going to copy Marauder 1 to share 4. So I guess you can see we're overriding it. All these are going to share 4. All of these are going to share 2. So if I go to Marauder, we're going to be copying our healing ones. So if I go to my Marauder, which is my warrior, and then I take off this, you can now see that is my healing. See how I went to R1 and triangle, which is my hotbar 1, or cross hotbar 1. That's that, but you can see this number 4, it's my tank. So as soon as I hit R2 and triangle, it's now going to change my cross hotbar to that. So that's how it essentially works. It's pretty slick, not gonna lie. So we've got number 4 here, number 2 here, it's probably number 3. You'd think they would have them in order, but whatever. As you can see, I ran out of jobs, so then I started going to number 8. So Gladiator 8 is actually share 3. So if I actually go back to my Gladiator job, unequip that, you can see, remember how I had that for number 1? If I were to go to number 8, that's my companion stuff. So all that companion stuff goes. So the hardest part about this, honestly, is just mapping it out a little bit about what you like and getting that set up. Once you have that, it's actually very easy. Like I added this one today, and that one was super easy. So actually, I'll do that one right now. This is Arcanist 8, share 6. So if I go to my Summoner and take it off, unequip, and I go to number 1, no, hold on, number 8, sorry. That's what that is. And I want to add it, because you can see I only have 2 right now. I'm going to go to my fashion accessories. I'm going to add these, add to hotbar, boom, and add that one to hotbar 2, or as well. So as you can see, that's there. I don't have to do anything, now I can just get out of here. Doesn't even matter, I'll change my job, just so you can see. Oops, hold on, oops. Oh, that's not, hold on. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, so I'm out of there. And if I go to number 6 now, and I hit that button, see it's not there right now because no one's done it yet. But as soon as I do it, I hit that button, it's now updated for everybody. So it doesn't matter what job I'm on. If I go to my Black Mage now and I hit number 4, it's there. And now I can do this. And now I've got a nice little umbrella. So that is how it works. I think it's really slick. It gives you a million more combinations than you would have had otherwise. It's a little hacky in the sense that we're using our class jobs instead of our classes instead of our jobs, but because we both have them above level 30, we have that privilege to be able to do that. Like, I couldn't really teach this to Kellen because, or Kevin, because they don't have that freedom, but we do. So I think it's cool, and yeah, boom boom. Here, are you ready? Macros, cool. All right, that's all. All right, I think that's it. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's it. All right.